Hello everyone, this is Mr. Fritz, and we are going to talk about the 9-week electives that you can take in 6th grade. So hopefully before you're watching this video, you've already watched the video on all the required courses. The elective classes allow you to tailor your education towards your interest, or to just explore everything that's out there. Middle school is a great time to try a little bit of this, a little bit about that. Take an art class one year, you take a French class another, you take a computer solutions class and a tech ed class every now and then. That's one of the things I like the most about middle school. It's a great time to explore and see what's out there. You never know what you're going to find. And if you take a class and you don't really like it, most of those classes you're only in for 9 weeks, and once that's over, you know, hey, I learned something. I really don't like this, but wow, I really liked art or tech ed or music or band or chorus or orchestra or teen living or any of the other classes that we've got. So I hope you take the classes that are interesting to you, but more than that, I hope you try something that you just never even heard of and thought, I don't even have a clue what this is about. I'm going to check it out just to see what it is. You can take art. Art is drawing and painting and ceramics and sculpting. You learn a little bit about depth perception and how to mix colors and how to do shading. In the 6th grade, we have 2 computer classes that students can take. We have Computer Solutions in Creative Coding 1 and Computer Solutions in Creative Coding 2. Obviously, you have to take one before you can take 2. They're 9-week classes, and in there you'll do a lot with Microsoft Office. So you'll be doing databases, word processing, spreadsheets, PowerPoints, things like that. But you'll also be learning how to code with the computer. And we'll start you pretty simple. You do some things with Scratch. And you'll start gaining the ability to create your own programs and write code. One of the things I like about this class is it gives you the basics for how to do just about anything you want to with a computer, whether it's internet technology or strict programming or game programming, or if you want to do digital drawing or something like that. It's a great way to start. Tech ed. Let's talk about technology education in the middle school. It's woods, it's plastics, it's metals, it's robotics, it's mechatronics, it's STEM. I'm sure you've heard that before. So in the middle school, you'll spend half of the class in what we call the production room, where you're actually building things with hammers and nails and saws and things like that. And in there you have to pass a safety test, because there are band saws and sanders and things like that, and you could hurt yourself. If you use them correctly, you can make some really good things. If you use them incorrectly, you can walk in with 5 fingers and walk out with 4.5. We don't want that. So the first thing you're going to need to do is pass that safety test. And then you get to do some cool things. You can make CO2 cars, you can make rockets, you can make all sorts of things. The other half of the class, you've got some modules. And in those modules, you go from station to station, and there are about 12 of them. And you might do something with robotics. You might do something with how to keep your house energy efficient. There are all sorts of cool things that you can get exposed to and start learning about in the tech ed class in 6th grade. Let's talk about teen living. A million years ago, we used to call it home ec. So in the teen living class, you're going to do primarily cooking and sewing. And when you do the cooking part, if it's chocolate chip cookie day and you don't call me, I'm going to be upset. That's one of my favorite days in the building. So you're going to learn a little bit about cooking, you're going to learn a little bit about sewing, you'll do a little bit of budgeting, things like that. One of my favorite things to say about the teen living class is my wife married me because I took teen living in 7th grade and I learned how to cook. Sadly, it's not because of this beautiful face. It's because I'm a pretty good cook, and I started to learn to love to cook when I was in 7th grade, and I took the teen living class and I learned how to make chocolate chip cookies and a couple other things back then, and I still do it. So let's talk about the 9-week foreign languages that are available to you guys in 6th grade. You can take Spanish, you can take French, you can take German, you can take Japanese, you could take Latin. Most kids do German, French, and Spanish. Occasionally we get some kids who do Japanese. That's actually very popular with kids who like art. The idea here is that there's no one class that's better than another in terms of foreign language. I think arguably you could say that in our particular area, Spanish is a little more universal, a little bit more used, but if you're from where I am in the Northeast, you hear a lot more people who speak French. If you want to work in engineering, German might not be a bad class to take. If you want to be a video game designer, Japanese might be a really cool class. If you're into manga and you want to be a graphic artist, Japanese might be the thing for you to take. So there are reasons to take any one of these classes, and the idea is to pick the one that's right for you. If you end up liking one of the 9-week foreign language classes, when you're in 7th and 8th grade, you can take the same list of foreign languages, but you can take them for a year, and those are for a high school credit.